We're really excited to share our Jekyll and Hyde English Literature GCSE scheme of learning with all the teachers out there. I have Phoebe from our editorial team with us today. Hi, Phoebe.
Hi, Alex.
It'd be really great if you could talk us through the design and build of this scheme of learning.
Sure thing. So the scheme of learning follows 11 units. All of them are in chronological order and dedicated to a chapter of the novella. Chapter 10 has 2 units dedicated to it because it's particularly lengthy and challenging, so that comes to 11 in total. With each of the units, they'll start off with a human-narrated piece of prose that summarizes the events in the chapter. This is all in student-friendly terms, just to make sure that they're perfectly understand the events that have occurred in the chapter before we move on to a bit more kind of depth, looking at the text more closely. So after that chapter summary, they'll get the chapter analysis, which also goes chronologically through the events in the chapter, this time making mention of particular themes and introducing themes, characters, settings, context, historical context, writers' techniques, structural decisions, and each of these will be introduced in detail in the context of this chapter analysis. So then we'll move on to the excerpts. We've selected key excerpts from the chapter, and in these key excerpts, we've selected important, thematic, or particularly challenging vocabulary that we teach in depth in a Bedrock sequence. So we'll follow the journey of a Bedrock sequence with a word to teach it in depth, to give students just that kind of closer level of access to the choice of words in language in the novella. And then at the end of these vocabulary lessons, we'll have our analysis activities. So these explicitly teach a critical style. They model academic referencing. They're modeled analysis responses in student-friendly terms that scaffold students' own writing. So there'll be free writing activities as well for students to eventually write and save and refer back to and edit their own analysis of the passages. And then at the end of each unit, we have our knowledge lesson. So this is a different sequence of knowledge activities that teach the particular themes, characters, settings, context, and writers' techniques that they've already been introduced to in the chapter analysis. So this just solidifies their understanding of these key aspects of the text to inform their own kind of responses and make sure that they, when confronted with any excerpt from the text, can identify and discuss in their own terms these particular aspects of the novella.
Wow, thank you, Phoebe. That's incredibly comprehensive. If you are interested to hear more, please do listen to the rest of our videos.